Hi guys, I'm Nate from Recapped Now. Today, I'm going to recap a 2019 sci-fi thriller movie called Lifelike. The story is about a young couple who purchases a lifelike robot named Henry to care for their newly inherited home, who begins to develop human emotions. Let's find out how things turned after that. 3 months prior, James and Sophia were debating moving. They move the couch into the living room, and the girl asks Bari around for dinner tonight to thank him for his assistance. When Bari leaves, the fun begins, but they are stopped by a phone call. James receives some sad news. His father has died. They move into Jam's father's home early in the morning. The man leaves to work, and his lovely wife arranges to give James a gift that he is really pleased with. The girl goes down to the kitchen, where Rose tries to make coffee for her, but Sophia takes the book and quickly exits after jotting a few notes. Rosa offers to meet for lunch. The girl has no appetite and advises that the housekeeper spend the day off. James has already taken over his father's company, and he is concerned that he will be unable to handle the creation of a new large-scale project. His helper assures him that they will cope together. Rosa does not wish to take the day off. The girl inquires of the woman, whom she had a childhood ambition of becoming. Rose is now content with her efforts and would like to continue looking for common things to discuss. Sophia explains that she has never lived in a luxury place before, therefore she does everything herself. When James returns home, Sophia discloses that she has fired all of the employees, which surprises her husband. The girl claims she paid everyone's severance pay and let them go home to their families because they had not received their summum in a long time. Since they now have a lot of money, the spouses discuss how they will continue to live in a large mansion without witnesses. They can do whatever they want to begin with in order to learn about the complexities of family life, just as wealthy people do. In the morning, James informs his investors about the potential of a new project, but not everyone agrees. Sophia calls and starts the chat. She requests for assistance with her new lawnmower, but James becomes enraged and promises to help after work. While her husband is fixing the lawnmower, he becomes enraged because Sophia has fired all of the domestic helpers. Now he has to devote his time to it. In the morning, the girl tells him that she is having trouble adjusting to the new residence and does not want to bring the maids back. James encourages her to get used to it before it's too late. Tells his assistants that he's having trouble sending the new firm alone, and because he's so interested, he's willing to do whatever it takes to help his father's business prosper, even though his wife has loaded him up with housekeeping after firing all the maids. The man believes he can accomplish it. His aide recommends a solution Sophia might like. It turns out that James's father was approached by a very promising company that uses new technologies. They came in this morning to learn more. A scientist named Julian demonstrates the spouse's special bots, which will totally satisfy their master's wants. They resemble living individuals and obey all directions. Sophia strikes up a conversation with one of them, inquiring about the purpose of their existence. James discusses the possibility, but Sophia remains hesitant. Again, they decide to take a man named Henry. The owner exhibits obedience to the robot, which is willing to perform whatever they want. They are then given instructions on how to use it. They must remember that artificial intelligence evolves and adapts gradually even at home. Henry prepares breakfast, and they get to know one another better. Sophia is unhappy again because she is ashamed. James urges that she assign jobs to the robot because there is a lot to do at home, beginning with the grass. The girl smiles as she finds a message written by Henry in the kitchen. After showering, the girl was surprised to see Henry in the bedroom, staring at her. The girl promptly informed James about it. Her husband ignored it, saying they would discuss it after work. James talks to his assistant Roland, who informs the new owner that the company is experiencing significant losses. After work, James wants to play with Henry. Sophia says it's a bad idea to rouse Henry up while the robot is charging. James offers to replace Henry, but Sophia declines, and the guy will be the robot before the game begins. Henry determines which level to play at, and James selects amateur. They started playing after briefly discussing man's tiredness. James began to lose control and mistakenly uttered God's name. The robot began to wonder why the man did this. James asked the guy if he believed in God, and Henry responded no. He believes in his creator, which is why he is confident about future. The girl asked about the night game in the morning, and Henry perfectly understood, which delighted the spouse. After saying his goodbyes, the man left for work. Later, Sophia and the robot are repairing the couch. They begin chatting about dreams, and the girl recognizes that Henry does not dream. At dinner, James mentions that he has asked friends to spend the weekend. His father's wife is unhappy about this. Sophia and Henry worked on housework because the house was not ready when the guy left for work. Sophia handed the robot a book to read gently. When James returned from work, he and Henry began fixing an old automobile. The man requested that Sophia purchase one part on the trip to town. Continuing to speak with the robot, the man discovers Henry is a rapid learner who can already make judgments about his surroundings. Henry turns out to be an excellent psychologist, which James enjoys. When discussing love and anxieties, the robot acknowledges that he still has one worry that is built into the program. He is worried that his masters will replace him with a new model when he becomes obsolete. The girl and Henry discuss the book and sip wine together. She wonders where the wine went. Later, they have guests around, and everyone loves Henry, especially when he brings food and quotes the great thinker during supper. Everyone talks about the robot thereafter. The couple unwinds and talks about life together. They eventually begin discussing the book that the girl gave to her husband. They apply the book's meaning to their own life, and Sophia explains that the book's main character was unable to fulfill all of his ambitions and satisfy his sweetheart. The robot observes the couple's reasoning, progressively widening their perspective. They discuss passion, and the girl starts to feel something for Henry. Sophia questions if the robot understands what passion is, and receives a surprising response. He can imitate passion and promises to do so. But James bans it. Sophia wakes up at night and notices some noises around the house. She fetches a montage and heads downstairs. She looks out the window and sees Henry laying on the lawn, completely undressed. The girl wakes up Henry, who has no idea how he got there. The robot informs her that he had a dream and was just a normal human. They stumble towards the home. Sophia touches Henry just as the husband walks out and sees the image. The girl reports that she discovered a robot on the lawn. James wonders what happened. The man caught Henry as he fell. Julian arrived in the morning to analyze the robot and reported that there was a little issue. Sophia reports that Henry had been dreaming. Julian cautions her that the robot is meant to please its masters, not to rush into developing its emotions. The pair disagrees about who is to blame for the issue. After that, James goes to take a shower. The robot delivers him a towel. The man reminds Henry that he is merely a robot and tells him to obtain a razor and lotion to shave him. He then compares Henry to an electric razor, claiming that the two have almost no distinctions. James explains that Henry is highly functional technology, but not yet a living being. In the evening, Roland delivers bad news to James. Their company is a month behind schedule. Walking into the room, James discovers a note from his wife in which she expresses her support for the man, as well as a made-up couch. Walking into the bedroom, the girl sits on the bed with James, who instantly offers to make love. However, the wife is once again in a bad mood due to weariness. In the morning, James learns that another contract has fallen through, and no one cares about his apology. Sophia and Henry decide to pamper themselves at home by beginning a massage. She is merely wrapped in a towel. The robot begins kissing her. She enjoys it and becomes aroused. The girl can't stop, so Henry climbs on top of her and continues deeper. Sophia is woken up by her husband, and the pleasantries were a dream. The spouses talk about moving and rethink their decision. The wife claims her attitude regarding the move has shifted for the better. While lying in bed, they discuss the future, and the girl quotes Henry. James goes for work, and the girl lays on the bed, continuing to fantasize about the dream with Henry. The girl glances at the door and realizes she has heard something. It was Henry. Sophia is thrilled that he was watching, and she asks him to prepare breakfast for her. The husband sits by the pool, laughing, and then walks to Julian and warns him that Henry's flirtation with his wife could wreck his marriage. Julian reassures him that the robot is incapable of love. He is offered to swap the robot but refuses because Sophia will despise it. Julian claims that the robot solely conforms to its masters. Thus, there is no need for envy. It should be considered like a machine. James orders the robot to quit hitting on his wife. Henry explains that he is programmed to serve the requests of all masters. The man is irritated with Henry because he does not comprehend. The robot states that James and Sophia's love is deteriorating since she expects more from her spouse. The robot is sent to the station and prevented from studying literature alongside the girl. Henry notifies Sophia of this, and she is opposed. The pair gets into a dispute over it. The girl packs her belongings and plans to go for a few days to change surroundings. James and Henry play racquetball, and the robot wins, much to his master's displeasure. They discuss life, and Henry explains that he is James's secret instrument. The man may use the robot whatever he wishes. They have a sequel in the morning. Man is unaware of the events of the previous night. Was it a dream or a reality? Henry has prepared breakfast, but James is hesitant to ask about tonight. Silly leaves. Things improve at work, and James is informed that a large contract with a Chinese firm is available for bid. James's co-workers are glad the new boss insisted, and everything worked out. As they shake hands, their relationship improves. The man calls his wife at home and offers to go away for the weekend and unwind. But they are interrupted. Sophia is confident that her husband is at work. The girl chooses to fulfill her desire with a massage. Henry helps the mistress unwind. The girl relaxes. He kisses her and admits his love. She is worried by this and encourages him to go get some exercise. The girl is smoking in the room when her husband enters, and she tells him Henry kissed her. Another battle breaks out. According to the man, the robot only performs what its masters want. So the girl wanted it too. James hits Henry and turns off the station as it was charging. The pair anticipates Julian's arrival in the morning. After James departs for work, Henry enters Sophia's room, assuming that they want to disconnect him. It turns out it was because of that kiss. Gundry realizes that he can't be incorrect, so he kisses the girl. He asks them to keep him on until Sophia speaks with her husband. It seems that Henry and James had a close meeting in actuality. The girl realizes and exits the house. She meets Julian and instructs him to disconnect Henry. Julian enters the robot's quarters. Henry will not be returning to the station, and the robot informs him that Julian has lied to everyone. The couple discussed their circumstances and expressed regret. The man admitted that he was tempted since the robot appeared disinterested. While understanding, the assistant informed the couple that Henry had called several times. They quickly returned home and started looking for Henry. When they notice the robot standing in the woods, they rush towards him. When the couple asks where Julian is, the robot responds that he has departed but left his car here. Henry claims Julian is a scam, and the robot refuses to be replaced. Henry hasn't been to the charging station in a while and fears he could run out of juice at any moment. He prefers to do it outside, and the couple is fine with it. There was an unexpected occurrence. They discovered another robot that the previous owner had lost. Julian is a scam, as all of his robots are genuine people. The cops immediately began searching for Julian. When they got at the couple's house, they all entered the woods together. Suddenly, someone shoots and kills the cops. It was Julian. He described the true situation. Henry was immaculate and genuine when the scientists discovered him. Henry, the kid, was 3 years old. Julian chose to save and raise him. Before being shot, Henry strikes and disarms his maker. He then wanders off on his own, using the knife to feel completely alive. The pair regrets what happened, but is unsure how to help. 5 years later, the family rests in the park, naming their son Henry. Please do hit that like button if you enjoyed the recap. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more movie recaps. Stay tuned for our next cinematic adventure, and until then, happy watching.